Step by step, day by day. And Scott Stapp, that guy from Creed. Did you know that every Creed song was based on an ep of Step by Step? You probably didn't, so now shut up and learn. It's time for Step by Step.
Hey everyone, welcome to Step by Step, the podcast, for another episode. I am your host, Chris McCarthy. I am here to guide you on your journey of listening to the episode of Step by Step. Step. Let me take that again.
Nope, don't take it again. That's it. It's good. Put it in the can. We're done.
All right. Oh, God. Well, 64 episodes in, and I finally made a mistake.
Finally? Can't believe it.
You were supposed to save me from doing that, by the way.
No. That's not my job as the co-host.
No,
by the way, I'm the co-host.
We talked about this. Yes, you're Rob Haddon. Hello.
That's me. Hi.
Welcome. And we have talked about this before. You're supposed to be watching my lips move. Mm-hmm. And if I'm about to mispronounce a word, you should sense it. Mm-hmm. And then at the last minute, step in and cut me off and say, oh, wait, Chris, I have a thing too. And then that would be rude to do. So I would then shut you down.
Right.
And say,
you put me in my place.
Hold on, Rob. But you would be successful in taking me away from the initial mistake. So I have to ask, Rob, where were you?
Got to be honest, in this day of mobile phones, I was taking a piss.
You were peeing.
Yeah, I was peeing.
Yeah.
My phone was here. I was in the bathroom. I ran back, though, when I heard what you said and jumped right on the mic.
Anyway, this is the podcast, Step by Step.
Very good.
Which is correct. And just to fill you in on what the show is, it's about two things mainly. It's about Step by Step, and which is a sitcom. And then the other thing we talk about usually is Scott Stapp, Creed, and all of that music. Because we do it for a reason. We do it because Scott Stapp wrote his songs about the television show Step by Step. Every song is about a specific episode. And when we first started doing this podcast, nobody believed us. We were called a lot of names. We were called crazy. Mm-hmm. We were called Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
We were called nutso.
We were called bonkers.
Yeah. And
those were the nice ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They got mean.
I was trying to steer away from the ones that were like the MF ones and the ones.
My friend. Yeah.
Well, and then there was the one that was just the F.
Friend.
Yep. And those were also the nice ones.
Yeah.
But what we're doing today is we're talking about the episode of Step by Step where Cody has premonitions in his dreams and predicts the future and predicts some stuff that happens to Dana. And but we're not stopping there. We're also going to tell you about the Creed song, Young Grow Old, which is from the album Human Clay, Eurpean edition. It was a bonus track.
This is a deep track, okay?
It took us a while.
Deep cut.
It took us a while to find it, and we were in the lab many late nights, and we could not figure out what the fuck was going on with this song. We were like, what song is it that goes with this episode? None of them seemed to work. And then I was like, should we start looking at box sets? Should we start looking at compilations? Mm-hmm. And then we ended up finding this on a box set, which is, I think it's on the Human Clay Eurpean box set, but it's also on an album called With Arms Wide Open, Creed Retrospective. So it's on those, and you can hear it there, and it happens to be about this episode.
Yeah, go there and listen to it, okay? We're not going to post the song. We'll hear the song later, and then we'll read the lyrics.
Yeah, we'll play it. You know the drill. And but it's about this episode of Step by Step. It's what we found. We're going to tell you about that. But then, Rob.
What?
I was watching this episode of Step by Step.
Yeah,
and I was
was I.
And I was with you.
Yeah, we're together.
Yes, we watched it together moments ago. And I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of something. What it reminds me of, and it's the episode where Cody has premonitions in his dreams. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this reminds me of a thing that I did that is very similar, which is a pilot that I wrote a few years ago, and I shopped around to different networks you may remember me talking about it a little bit at the time.
I do, and I can't believe we're actually talking about this on the podcast.
Well, yeah, because it didn't go anywhere.
Right. Well, I mean, you bring it up all the time, like, hey, I've got this great pilot that I wrote. I shopped it around.
Yeah.
Even IFC turned me down, and
Everybody.
yeah,
I got it in front of Damon Wayans at one point, and he gave me some notes. He said, tone it down. And he was not talking about the pilot. He was talking to me as a person because I was accosting him, quote unquote.
No, he didn't want to read it. You cornered him.
He was eating dinner with his family.
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to see him, and I happened to be holding the pilot of my TV show. It's a network procedural, you could say, hour-long drama,
Like an NCIS kind of thing?
kind of.
SVU?
It's of it. It's Dr. Premonition.
I know, but like we've never actually like gotten into this,
Oh,
right?
I never told you what Dr. Premonition's about.
You were like, it's a procedural. It's named Dr. Premonition, and I thought it was some kind of dance that was happening, like a premonition.
Why would you think it was a dance?
Oh, I'm thinking of promenade. That's what I'm thinking of. Prom.
Yeah. So then that explains why you were so confused every time I brought it up.
Yeah,
And I was like,
and
no, it's a TV show. And you were like, but where's the music? I'm
Why
like,
is there a doctor and why is he dancing? I just didn't get it.
Well, lucky for you, you want to read it right now because I have 2 copies of it.
Chris, we did not talk about this.
I know. I'm springing it on you.
You know what? Fine. This is probably going to be great radio.
It's what we can do is like we can workshop it. So we'll talk about the episode of Step by Step where Cody has premonitions. We can also read this, and maybe someone will hear it. Damon Wayans, if you're listening, you could be the next and first Dr. Premonition.
You should probably corner Damon Wayans and then like give him a track of this podcast to listen to.
I think that's better than what I tried, but yeah,
Because honestly, this is going to be like getting the pilot on audiobook. It's
exactly.
like listening to a table read.
Exactly. Only it will be. It's very polished. You'll see, and so we can workshop. Like if you have notes,
So you're looking for notes? I don't have notes because I haven't read it.
I'm saying if you happen to have notes while we are reading it, you could say them.
Oh, good.
I'll take notes. Yeah, I'll take notes.
Do we also do we think that the listeners should maybe? Do you want them to give you some notes as well? Do you think that would help?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. My guess is that no one will have any notes because it's like already perfect. But we'll see.
Well, look, if you do have notes, or if you do, you just want to, give some praises, or honestly, if you're Damon Wayans, call in.
Seriously, yeah, Damon Wayans. If you want to call in, is that what you're getting at? To call in with notes?
Yeah, I want you to call in with notes.
The hotline?
The hotline.
Okay, yeah,
209
STAP it.
209 STAPPIT.
209-782-7748.
209-782-7748.
But first, we got to read it. So we'll do the first scene first. And I'm very excited that this is finally seeing the light of day. So it's Dr. Premonition. What we'll do is I'll read the scene description, and you, Rob, can play the part of Dr. Premonition for the read, if you don't mind.
Oh, I can be the lead?
You could be the lead for this.
Okay.
And I will read scene description and like other characters. You may have to be another character at some point. I don't know, but we'll see. So here we go. Dr. Premonition, scene 1. Interior, doctor's office, day. A patient enters and sits on the exam table. Dr. Phil Premonition spins around in his fancy leather doctor chair, putting his cigar out on the ornate glass ashtray beside him. He is handsome.
His name is Dr. Phil?
It's Dr. Phil Premonition, yes.
I don't know Dr. Phil's last name, so I have honestly no idea.
It's not the Dr. Phil from TV.
Okay, because he's not handsome.
But Dr. Phil was popular when I wrote this, so I was trying to capitalize on that. If you know.
How long ago did you write this?
Well, a while ago.
I guess back when Damon Wayans had some pull.
Not that long ago, but
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Rob. Thank you for coming in on such short notice today.
Hi, Dr. Premonition. You wanted to talk about my test results?
Good news, Rob. Everything came back totally fine.
Whew, what a relief.
Everything, that is, except for one thing. I don't know how to tell you this, but you have what we in the medical profession call really stinky farts disease, or RSFD.
Oh no, I was afraid of that. What should I do about it?
Well, Mr. Haddon. Okay, hang on.
What?
All right, so first,
What?
I'm playing Dr. Phil, and then I have a patient named Rob, and now his last name is Haddon.
I know what you're thinking.
That you're making fun of me.
It does seem that way. Honestly, when I wrote this, I didn't even make the connection that you have
Really
the same...
stinky farts disease?
Well, there are a lot of Robs out there, so I came up with the first name first when I was writing this, and then the last name is also fairly common, I think.
I guess write what you know.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's a subconscious thing. It's not you, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, you don't think that I have really stinky farts disease.
I don't know, do you?
I'll keep going.
Start that line again.
Well, Mr. Haddon, I would suggest living somewhere far away from society, in the woods. But like, way deep in the woods. Nobody has to smell your nasty butt anymore.
Geez, this is a lot to take in, but I understand. Dr. Premonition winces and rubs his forehead in pain.
Oh no. I feel a premonition coming on. The only way for me to fully see the future is to dream it while I'm asleep.
What can I do to help?
You have a smartphone on you?
Yes,
And do you have cable at home?
of course.
Do you have the HGTV Everywhere app authenticated with your service provider login credentials?
Well, sure, but how is that relevant?
Hand it over now!
Dr. Premonition grabs the phone and turns on Flip or Flop Las Vegas. He falls asleep in seconds, slumping onto the ground in a heap. After a few moments, he awakens with a gasp.
Good God! He's at it again.
Who?
Who else? Professor Dream Smasher. My premonition was horrifying. And time is running out. I have to go right now.
What about my farts?
Bring out your damn farts, son! There are crimes being committed, and I'm the only man who can stop them. This guy is a doctor.
Yes.
Is he a superhero?
Well, he's a lot of things.
Okay. Just like I solved the case of that missing Wade Boggs baseball card last week.
Everyone is still talking about that. It was all over the news.
What missing Wade Boggs? Hang on. All right.
Yeah.
Look, this isn't
What?
a Babe Ruth card or a tie card. This is Wade Boggs. The guy who went and his career died on the Tampa Bay Rays before he retired.
Right.
Why would anyone be talking about this?
It was all over the news. I don't know.
Was that on the news when you were writing this?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was taking in a lot of things that were around me at the time, so it's possible that I had my baseball card collection out.
Maybe something like, I don't know. I solved the case of the Fairfield Strangler. Right? Like something a little bit more impactful that's actually important to other people.
Yeah, I guess I'll take a note on that. Writing it right now with my pen.
I can see you.
Yeah.
And you're also doing this thing with your eyes where you're like rolling them but looking down. So all I see is your eyeballs moving around in your face.
Am I?
You really have a lot of attitude today. First the listeners,
Sorry.
now me.
No, sorry.
No, it's fine. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm with you so far. I get it.
Thanks.
He's maybe a superhero doctor.
We're at the very end of this scene. If we could
His name's a little on the nose.
if we could just get through this scene, we'll take we'll go from there.
All right. Good luck with those racist farts, Haddon.
End scene. So yeah, that was the first scene from Dr. Premonition, the pilot, which is still being shopped around, and we'll get to more of that in a little bit.
Is anyone shopping for this?
I am shopping it around.
Oh, got it. You're trying to sell it.
I'm doing a reverse shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inverse shopping.
Yeah.
You're trying
so
to return it.
I'm essentially trying to return it to someone who will then put it on television. Yeah.
Right.
In a sense.
Right.
So we'll take a break after this, and then we'll talk about the episode of Step by Step where Cody has premonitions, the thing that reminded me that I had already written this years ago. And then we'll talk about that Creed song from the European version of Human Clay.
I can't wait.
Step by step.
I dreamt that a man in a dark suit is gonna attack Dana.
Cody's dream may be a little psychotic, but he does make a good point. Chicago is dangerous. I'm gonna go with you. I'll go make the sandwiches.
Mom, it was only a dream.
Yeah, but my dreams have a strange way of coming true.
Welcome back to Step by Step. Chris is right here.
Thanks, Rob.
You're welcome. Hey, I thought we'd mix it up a little bit.
That was bizarre. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to start talking, and then what did you do?
Started talking.
You talked.
Yeah.
Does that mean I was about to say something wrong?
I think so.
What you just heard at home was a clip from the episode of Step by Step. It's called My Bodyguard. What happens? Cody basically comes in and says, I had a dream and I know what the future is going to be. And now everyone is thinking that is not true because that's not really possible.
Well, it's all really negative stuff, right? First, he's like, Al's going to go to prison. I saw her wearing a striped shirt with a number on it, and she was behind bars.
And then everyone's like, Cody, you're crazy. Then Al walks in wearing a striped shirt and holding a bird cage. And she's like,
number on it because it was a soccer jersey.
Then the dream gets a little more specific. And he comes running into the living room when Dana is now talking to Carol. And Dana's like, I want to go to Chicago to interview for a college. And I want to go by myself because I'm a grown-up now. And Carol's like, well, it's dangerous in Chicago. And no. And she's like, yes. Carol says, fine. And
there wasn't much of an argument.
No. Cody comes running in and he's like, I just had a dream again. And this time it's about Dana and she's being attacked by a man in a dark suit. Dana's like, Cody, you're insane. Bye.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. And Carol was like, yeah, Cody, you're insane.
You're insane. So cut to Dana's in her college interview. And Cody, now we find out he snuck in to the interview. He followed her to Chicago.
Babu Bot had a convenient exit from the room for enough time for Cody to come out.
Well, let's explain what that means.
Babu Bot?
Yeah.
Who doesn't know what Babu Bot is?
Well, why would you be saying that? No one knows that he's in this episode.
Now they do.
So the guy from Seinfeld who played Babu is the college interviewer.
Yeah.
The dean.
Right. He's playing a British Pakistani. He's not playing, Babu.
No, he's not doing the Babu voice. But he is interviewing Dana. He gets up to leave the room. Cody, we find out, has been hiding in the room to save her. He picks up Babu Bot when he comes back in and swings him around a bunch of times.
It was very, very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, because he thinks he's
very funny.
A bad guy. And turns out Babu Bot was not trying to kidnap Dana. So now Dana's like, Cody, you just ruined my college interview. Get out of my life. Go away. Why are you doing this? And she's mad at him.
As she should be.
And she should be. He did ruin it.
Yeah. He picked up this guy and put him in a hole that made his arms go numb. And then he had to go to the infirmary.
Yep. And
which also, why do colleges have infirmaries and not just like a doctor? Like my college had this too. There was like the infirmary. It was like, what is it, 1910?
And is this part of your stand-up act?
This is part of my college touring stand-up act.
Oh, okay.
I get booked at all the local colleges, mostly community colleges. No one really ever shows up. It's mostly just me on the corner.
But people will relate to that because they're like, we're at a college and that's true here.
I usually do it right outside the infirmaries. People are going in for strep throat because for some reason everyone there has strep throat. And they give you penicillin too because what is it, 1910?
Is this okay? We're still in the act. And is every punchline in the act, what is it, 1910? Or just the first two jokes?
I mean, you got to stick around to find out.
Okay, well, maybe we'll hear some more of that later. So then Dana's like, Cody, you ruined everything. As per usual, go away. Your premonitions are not real. And he's like, oh, you know what? Maybe she's right. So Dana now goes to the bus stop to go home. And the bus station now is emptied out. And there's another guy, different guy, standing behind her. And he's like, hey, want to go get a cup of coffee with me? I'm a businessman.
He's not even just in a suit. He's in a trench coat.
Trench coat and a suit. Yeah.
Like Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Like, what is it, 1910?
Oh, God damn it. I can't believe I fell for it again. No, wait. That's in your act? That totally out of context?
So most of my act is mostly just seeing things and saying, what is it, 1910?
So that could apply to anything, basically.
Yeah, it's mostly like I'm trying to feed off the audience.
I see.
Yeah. Was that an Apple iPhone 4? What is it, 1910?
Okay.
I actually, like, boo, because it's not funny.
I kind of like that one maybe the most. So, hey, we're both workshopping tonight.
Yeah, this is great. It's good feedback. Unlike, some people, I actually take criticism.
Are you going to consider my
no, I accept the criticism and I will do nothing about it.
Okay, I got it. So, yeah, so this guy who's dressed like Dick Tracy because it's 1910 says Dana, or I guess he doesn't say Dana, he doesn't know her.
No.
But he goes,
He's like, hey, sweet cheeks.
Kind of, yeah. He's like, hey, but less kind of on the nose about it. He's like, hey, how are you? Want to go get a cup of coffee? And she's like, no, actually, no, thank you. And he's like, come here. And then he grabs her.
Well, she sits down on the bench, and then he goes down, and he just swings his arm around her and goes, how about we go for dinner then? And it's like, Jesus,
It escalated quickly, and Dana is now in some serious trouble. And because guess what? Cody's premonition was true. This man in the dark suit was attacking her out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like, no, get off me. He's like, come on, I'm a nice guy if you get to know me. And he's getting more sinister and more weird sounding by the minute. But guess who saves the day?
Cody.
Yeah, he comes in, happens to be walking through the bus station at the same time. The only other person there, and is like, oh, wait a minute. This is a bad thing that's happening. Let me step in. And he goes, hey, Jack, get off her. He pushes the guy, and the guy won't. He's not done. But so Cody then says, oh, yeah, you're not done yet? You will be after this. And then he kicks through a vending machine. And this threatens the guy so much he scampers off.
It was just weird, though, that he just didn't kick the guy.
He could have just kicked the guy, yeah.
Was that like too much violence for TGIF?
I think he wanted to show that he could destroy him with a kick, a roundhouse, if you will. But instead, he kicks open through the glass of the hot coffee vending machine, which is a thing? Maybe it's a thing. I don't know.
Hot coffee vending machines?
Yeah.
Yeah, those exist.
Really?
Those are things. They usually do like hot coffee, water, and
I don't think I've ever seen. So
they're not good.
But it's not a dispenser.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
You put the cup in and it like pours it out.
Oh. See, from the one in the show, it looked like a vending machine. You would put a coin in and get something out the bottom.
Well, yeah, because Dana didn't have a cup.
Like a can. Yes, exactly. So I was like, they have cans of hot coffee? That's not a good idea.
It'd be weird.
Yes. What is this, 1910?
It's like really hot metal cans. Oh, hey, look at you.
I could do it too.
Yeah, that's good. I think that they did serve hot coffee in cans in 1910.
Wow, I'm kind of liking this act now.
It's not bad.
Now that I've done it.
Anything you don't like, you just go, what is it, 1910?
All right, I'm on board.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the episode. Now, I wanted to get back to the other thing that I was doing, which is workshopping my pilot of Dr. Premonition. So we'll get to this now, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll listen to the Creed song and all of that. So, exterior. Busy street. Day. Dr. Premonition runs down the street, weaving in and out of pedestrians on the sidewalk. His cell phone rings.
Oh, good. It's my trusty sidekick, Jennings. Talk to me, Ken.
What up, Prem?
Hold on.
Here's the scoop.
Hold on. Stop.
Yes?
His sidekick is Ken Jennings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought, so for a sidekick, I kind of needed like a nerd character.
Okay.
And I'm capitalizing off of, at the time, Ken Jennings was huge.
I'm so confused as to when you wrote this.
He was on a insane run on Jeopardy. I don't know if you know that about him, but he dominated Jeopardy.
Yeah, he won like over $1 million.
Yeah, that's how I know him.
Okay, so all right.
So,
well, I'm glad. Is Ken Jennings going to play the part of Ken Jennings?
Ideally, yeah.
Oh, okay. So at least you'll give it to him.
Well, if he's right for it,
he needs work. Well, he needs work.
If he crushes the audition, you know what, Ken, it's yours. If a Damon Wayans comes in and kills this Ken Jennings character, sorry, Ken.
Damon Wayans,
maybe
the one who got high all the time, in
or
all the
Keenan
scary
Ivory,
movies.
maybe.
Oh, you'll allow Keenan Ivory?
Maybe
he might be better.
Maybe.
Okay. Talk to me, Ken.
What up, Prem? Here's the scoop. Professor Dream Smasher has invented cologne with a scientifically engineered fragrance designed to make anyone who smells it think a specific 1998 Dante Bichette Topps card is worth millions of dollars. And guess who has the only one?
It's another baseball card plot?
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
Did you just like lose all your cards for like a little while?
Well,
what's going on?
Yeah,
do you think this is relatable to a national audience?
Dr. Premonition tends to mostly be solving crimes that are centered around baseball cards.
Okay. And Dante Bichette.
Dante Bichette was a baseball player.
Like the 1998, like cards in the late 90s, you know they're like worthless, right? They made too many of them.
Well, but that's the whole point of this, is that he's actually made them worth money. Well, he's invented a cologne that makes you think they're worth money.
Okay. I'm with you now. I'm actually with you now.
Okay.
I'm actually with you now.
All right. Yes.
He could get a cologne to make other people do other things, though. If he can make someone think a 1998 Dante Bichette could be worth anything, never mind millions of dollars, he could control people.
Theoretically, I guess, but this cologne has been scientifically engineered to only do that.
But this is just words on a page.
Correct.
Okay.
So,
God damn it, Dream Smasher. To Worthington's card shop.
Dr. Premonition runs even faster now. As he passes a woman on the street, she waves her hand frantically. Sir, help me, help me. Someone just stole my baby carriage, and precious little Aiden was still inside. He went that way.
Ma'am, can't you see I'm busy?
But my son...
I said screw.
He speeds up to run faster than ever, making up for the setback from that complaining lady. Cut 2. Interior. Worthington's card shop, day. Professor Dream Smasher stands at the counter. He is wearing his trademark trench coat and derby hat. In his hands, the only remaining 1998 Dante Bichette Topps card in the world. He speaks to the clerk. Tell me, friend, how much could a 1998 Colorado Rockies Dante Bichette Topps card in mint condition fetch a fellow like me these days?
Listen, Paisan. You keep coming in here with that, and I keep telling you, it ain't worth squat. Maybe 10 cents at the most.
Interesting. Very interesting. Say, I beg your pardon, but are you wearing any fragrance today?
Fragrance? Hell no.
The professor pulls a spray bottle from his cloak. He sprays it right in the clerk's face.
Mamma mia, that's a spicy cologne. Okay, that's racist.
What?
That's a little...
How is that racist?
It is not nice to make fun of Italian Americans.
How do you know this guy's Italian American?
It says it right up top. It says in a gruff stereotypical Italian American accent.
Oh, yeah.
You wrote that in there.
That doesn't mean he's Italian American. It just means his accent is.
Then it's worse. What is he, Chinese?
He could be.
You get a cask.
Listen, if Marlon Wayans were to audition...
we're on Marlon now.
Crush this clerk character, he would have it, but he would have to do a gruff, stereotypical Italian-American accent.
Hold on. Do you just want the Wayans brothers to be the entire cast of this show?
Hey, listen, that would be fantastic, Rob.
It would be amazing for a reunion like
yes. That. So yeah, I'm trying to make that happen. But anyway, so yeah, Mamma Mia, that's a spicy cologne.
Mm-hmm.
The clerk holds his nose for a moment and then freezes, looking straight ahead. He is in a trance. Let me ask you again. How much do you think this 1998 Dante Bichette Topps card is worth?
$6 million.
Oh, is that all? What a pity. I guess I'll take it. The clerk opens the cash register and starts collecting bills. Just then, the door swings open with a thud, and Dr. Premonition stands in the archway, his doctor coat blowing in the wind like a cape.
How did I know it was you, Dream Smasher? Oh, that's right. Because I'm Dr. Premonition, and I had a frickin' premonition about it.
I'm afraid you're too late, old chum. The money is all mine.
Well, I guess I just have one question for you. What did the five fingers say to the face?
I don't know what.
Check out these nunchucks, you bitch.
Dr. Premonition pulls out a bomb-ass set of nunchucks, starts twirling them around all over the place and doing the sickest moves. Impressive show. But shouldn't you be somewhere else? Perhaps rescuing your precious Mary Lou?
Mary Lou? What have you done with her?
Why don't you see for yourself? Professor Dream Smasher tosses an iPhone already playing an episode of Love It or List It on the HGTV app. Dr. Premonition catches it and watches 2 seconds before collapsing into a deep sleep. After several moments of silence, he awakens.
You son of a bitch! There's still time to save her if I run now. I am coming, stepmommy.
End scene.
Hold on.
So, yes?
He's going to save his stepmom?
Mary Lou?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a stepmom.
Okay. I mean, yeah, everyone's got a family.
Right? So I think people normally they would think that would be like a love interest.
Yeah. Like a Superman kind of thing. Like
yes,
Lois Lane.
like a Lois Lane.
Right. Mary Lou, Lois Lane.
So I was like, what if it was something else altogether?
Oh, you're throwing a curveball.
Throwing a curveball.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. So and so that's that scene from Dr. Premonition, the pilot that I wrote. And we'll read the conclusion of Dr. Premonition in the last segment. But first, we have to take a break, and we have to talk about the Creed song, Young Grow Old, and how it's about the episode of Step by Step where Cody has premonitions.
Step by step.
Pieces fall into pieces, fighting the boy and the man.
Oh, yeah, that's Scott Stapp, all right. Like a warm blanket. That voice just covers me and makes me feel like I am home.
It's good to have him back this week.
It is,
'Cause
yeah.
last week it was a ghost-written song.
It was.
Last
It
episode.
was unsettling, but that is the Scott that I know and love, and that is a Creed song. It's called Young Grow Old, and the best part about it is it's about the episode where Cody has premonitions, and here are the lyrics. Young Grow Old by Creed. He said it's falling to pieces, fighting the boy and the man. Over his shoulder there was freedom, but consciousness has tied his hands. Am I at youth? Once his distinction, now consciousness has tied hands. See the light through the open door, sit and watch as the young grow old. Now, Rob, I don't even think this requires any talking about, because this is, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest maybe ever slam dunk in history.
Yeah.
And that's a basketball thing, but not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but for the dum-dums out there, we probably need to just do a couple things.
Yeah, we should tell them. I mean, okay, so he said it's falling to pieces, fighting the boy and the man. Well, guess what happened?
A man
Cody-
and a boy kind of fought each other.
Cody fought a man.
Yeah.
Literally. How about this line? Over his shoulder there was freedom. Remember what Cody did to Babu Bhat?
Put him over his shoulder.
Yes, literally.
And then he let him free.
He did, but consciousness has tied his hands. Remember Babu Bhat couldn't even open the door because his hands fell asleep?
And he
from
was
being
literally
slumped
walking
over?
around like he had his hands tied.
Yes, oh my God. Scott Stapp. So here's what's funny about this to me, is that Scott Stapp wrote the most obvious song about Step by Step ever. But he hit it on the European edition of Human Clay and on the box set with Arms Wide Open, a retrospective.
He thought just by putting this song in another continent, we wouldn't find it.
He thought he could hide it from us, and he was wrong because we found it. It took us a while. I'm not going to say it was easy to find, but once we did find it, this was a no doubter.
Oh, yeah.
And what else?
I think that's
it.
kind of it.
That's kind of it, yeah.
So far in a distant land, where did Dana go? Chicago.
And if you're in Port Washington, Wisconsin, Chicago is a distant land, of course. No one thinks the young man can. No one would think that this young man, Cody, is capable of predicting the future.
Of course.
No one thinks this young man can.
Absolutely.
And guess what? He did. And I mean, sit and watch the young grow old. What is happening to Dana before our eyes? She's applying to college. Guess who does that?
Kids who are getting
who
older.
are becoming adults.
Yeah. And granted, there's no college kid out there on the planet who's an adult. They're all children. It's
Well,
fine.
yes, in the rearview mirror, of course.
I thought I was old when I was in college, but
Mhm.
it turns out I was just a young little idiot.
Yeah,
And now I'm just an old, bigger idiot.
correct. But at the time, you think you are growing old, and that's what Dana thought.
Yeah. She thought she was maturing.
Yes. So open and shut case. Goodbye.
It had nothing to do at all with snoring.
No, did not, which was the subplot.
Yep.
So it's time to get to the finale of Dr. Premonition. You've all been waiting for it. And where we last left off, we found out that Professor Dream Smasher, who had falsely inflated the value of a 1998 Dante Bichette baseball card, is now has done something to Mary Lou, who is Dr. Premonition's stepmom. And now Dr. Premonition is going,
Riveting. Everyone cares about Dr. Premonition's stepmom.
and now he's going to go try to rescue her, we think. So, Interior, Worthington's card shop, day. Dr. Premonition drops his nunchucks and runs past Professor Dreamsmasher and the clerk, who is still in a trance from the cologne. He opens the door to the stockroom, where he finds Mary Lou tied to a chair and gagged. He unties her.
Are you okay?
They make out.
Wait.
What?
All right, so they make out. That's weird. You've introduced her as the stepmom.
Yeah?
Smash cut to less than a minute later in the show. Just a commercial break, so maybe 4 minutes later after commercials.
Right.
They are making out.
I wanted to have some will they, won't they tension.
No, this is will they.
And I wanted to settle it quickly.
There was no tension. It was misleading.
Let me ask you a question. What was the worst part of the show, The Office? Answer, the part before Jim and Pam got together. I only liked the part after Michael Scott left. When Jim and Pam had become old, boring married people, and there was nothing left in that.
Well, I know you're a huge James Spader fan.
Yes. And I was like,
you're really into the blacklist?
Finally, someone on this show is funny.
But you could have made her like the nurse in his office or the receptionist. You could have made her Pam and just done it quickly.
Right. Well, so the other thing, I read a statistic that one of the top three categories of porn now is stepmom porn. And so, yeah, no one's going to be like, yeah, I like that. But meanwhile, they're going to flock to this show.
Oh, so you're using
what I mean?
rankings to understand what people watching CBS want.
Yeah, that's right, Rob. Now you're getting it.
I get it now.
And so that's an untapped market in the mainstream.
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
Thank you.
Because that's not productive.
Thank you.
I am going to say that I think you might want to just pick a different role for the love interest.
Okay, let me write this down with my pen. Here I go.
Okay, that's not how you hold a pen. There's not a pen in your hand. And pens don't make that noise.
Okay, yes, fine. Rob.
All right.
What is this, 1910?
Thanks for taking notes.
So go back to They Make Out.
I don't want to go back to that. We can do more of that later at home in our bed. But right now, I have some butt to kick.
Back at the counter, Professor Dreamsmasher is spraying the cologne everywhere. People from all over town are coming into the card shop like zombies, just trying to give him millions of dollars for the Dante Bichette card. Please, please, everyone, get in line and have your money out. Let's keep this orderly, thank you.
Not so fast, dirtbag.
Dr. Premonition, you're back already? Well, I'm afraid you're still too late. You'll never break the spell I've put them under.
Break the smell? That's it!
Dr. Premonition pulls out his LG chocolate and slides the screen up. He frantically sends a text. Well, that's rude. Who are you texting in the middle of our conversation?
The only person who can save us now.
The sound of a motorcycle gets closer and closer until suddenly Rob Haddon crashes through the front window of the card shop on his Harley Davidson. Did someone call for reinforcements?
Hey.
What?
All right, hold on. You made this entire persona me, just with rancid farts.
Why, because you also have a Harley Davidson motorcycle?
Yes, and my name is Rob Haddon.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, so there are maybe some similarities that I will not say don't exist.
Are you going to be casting me for this role is the question.
Ah, boy. I mean, if you want the role and you do the audition better than, say, Keenan Ivory Wayans.
You have him lined up for this?
That's my goal, yes.
Okay, all right.
We'll see.
All right.
You guys go head to head and we'll see. So, did someone call for reinforcements?
Cover your nose, Mary Lou! Cover your nose!
Rob lays the biggest, most stinkiest fart ever. One by one, all the patrons in the card shop pass out because of how smelly the fart was. Eventually, the clerk comes to.
Hey, what's the matter for you over here? You trying to fool me with this trick cologne? Why I order?
No, I swear I can explain. It's a really valuable card.
It's over, Dream Smasher. Now come here so I can wallop you like the cuck you are. Well, so you added that in later.
That's
a recent augment. Were you all right back then?
I think I wrote this. I think I wrote that back then. Yeah.
Oh, did you mean to write cock?
I was trying to write cock.
Oh, okay.
It was a typo, but it's a pretty convenient typo because now that's a worse insult.
Is it?
I think so.
All right. So where are we?
You win this time, Premonition, but I'll be back with more fraudulent baseball card schemes, and you'll never catch me. He throws a smoke bomb and disappears. You saved us all, Dr. Premonition.
Technically, Rob Haddon did it with his nuclear farts. But on the other hand, he's a stupid nerd, so who cares?
Rob slinks out the door like the cuck he is.
God damn it.
What?
All right, so the first
Rob,
one I would believe was a typo. This is not a typo.
We've established it was a typo.
Oh, so it was a typo, and then you were like, I like the way this sounds, and you kept it going?
And we've also established that it's not you. So why are you so...
I feel like we haven't established this.
Okay.
If it is Marlon Wayans playing it, it'll be fine.
Keenan Ivory, but yeah.
Keenan Ivory. Okay. No, that's better.
Okay, so Rob slinks out the door like the cuck he is. Oh, shut up and kiss me, you fool.
Pucker up, mommy.
They make out again. After a while, the phone rings.
Wait, how?
Yes.
After a while?
A while, an undetermined amount of time, yes.
Like, is it like cut away, cut back, or are they just like, whatever time you have to film?
I'm planning on... Yeah, exactly.
There's an hour, right?
It's...
There's an hour procedural?
I had meant to make it about 44 minutes, and I have about probably 7. So
yeah,
the makeout scene is going to take a while. Yeah. There might be 2 commercial breaks in the makeout scene.
Oh,
they might have to cut and cut. Well,
fade out, come back. Oh, so when you're watching on Hulu, it would just be like, stop, and then kissing again.
Yes.
Okay.
Phone rings.
Who the fuck is calling me when I'm in the makeout zone with my stepmom? Jennings, is that you?
Thank God I caught you. Professor Dream Smasher's at it again. This time he's hypnotized the president into declaring that the only acceptable U.S. currency is Fred McGriff's 2001 Tampa Bay Devil Rays limited edition upper deck card.
Looks like I have work to do.
Also, he's your real father.
Daddy!
Freeze frame. Roll credits. So what do you think? You in or what?
I mean, I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, good. So
If
you're
you'll have me.
going to fund this whole thing?
I think that, no, I thought you were looking for, I don't own a TV network.
Well, right, but you can give, we can just make it ourselves with a few million.
Oh, do you want to self-publish?
If we, just put it on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any money. Do you still have those that Fred McGriff card or anything that we could sell?
Yeah, but those aren't worth anything. That's part of the problem, Rob.
And you haven't made any real cologne to make
No, it hasn't worked.
I was hoping you'd have real props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think now what we're faced with is the only out we have. The only way for this to get made is if the Wayans brothers sign on. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be part of this if we sit down and do a full rewrite.
Okay, and just rewrite it exactly the same way? Just retype it? That's a weird request, Rob.
No, I think change a few details, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe my name would be a great starting place. Honestly, my name's not really a great name for TV. Yeah.
So some parts of this are non-negotiable.
I'm sorry, I didn't jump in there to save you from a mispronunciation.
You did that on purpose.
As I'm supposed to. But I'll let you walk right into that one.
So that's that, and maybe we'll get that made, maybe not. We'll see. Rob, we have to go. We will be back in 2 weeks, though, won't we?
We will. I got to go home right now.
True, but thanks. I think most people assume that when the podcast ends, the people hosting it do something else.
I just wanted to clarify what I'm going to do.
You wanted to clarify what you're going to do.
I'm going to go home.
All right, I'm going to, I think, go take a shower.
Oh, good. I did that before the show.
Good idea.
I like to be clean for the guests.
I like to be very dirty. Anyway, on behalf of the podcast, I'm Chris McCarthy.
I'm Rob Haddon.
And I just want to say can't stab.
Won't stab.
See you later. Bye.
Step by step.